So, my essential question is what are the skills and challenges biomedical engineers have to face in order to make stuff like prosthetic limbs?
Hello everyone. So right now we are using Onshape as my 3D designing software. So right now you might be kind of confused. You're like, oh, well, what am I looking at? What is this? This is like these are the three dimensions for me to like look at like certain 3D shapes. So we have three sides. We got the front dimension, the right dimension. As yeah, this is good for right now. Rotate it a little bit. And yeah, that looks pretty good. So what I'll do just to start is make a really simple shape. So let's make ourselves a cube. So right now we don't need to like start immediately on the 3D shape. We just need to start on the 2D shape. So a 2D version of a cube would be a square. So I really only need one of these faces here. So let's just ignore these two. So we have our top. Alright, this is what matters right now. So what we do is we go over into this corner, we press sketch, ignore this, just clicky clicky click, and we click this here. Yeah, so we have a sketch. Alright, now then what we do is we press center point rectangle, so this thing here, we just click that, and we click on our origin, which is like the center of our 3D object. So we click, and what we can do is I can move my mouse to determine the shape of this rectangle. Now I did say I want to make a cube, so I'm gonna have to make a square first. First things first, let's make that square. Right, this is pretty close. So that is our quote-unquote square, right? So I disabled the center point rectangle, so I'm no longer drawing some random squares. So what I do now, in order to turn this almost square into a perfect square, we go click on dimension here, we click on the line, and doesn't matter, we just click on this, and let's say we want to make this 3 centimeters. Now, it's going to automatically adjust itself. It's going to turn itself from 4 point blah 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 into 3 centimeters exactly. Now, all I gotta do is I just gotta do this on this side as well. It's 3.461. So let's change that into 3 again, 3 cm, and enter. And now, even though it doesn't look like it, it looks still like a rectangle. It is 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters. So if we go in another angle here, it's gonna look more like a cube, which is pretty sweet. Now, or not a cube, but a square. But we're one step closer to getting that perfect cube done. Alright, so in order to make this a cube, what we have to do is we gotta go into this corner. We gotta extrude this shape. So let's press extrude. Ignore that. And now we're trying to extrude this thing here. It automatically makes a cube for me, which is pretty sweet. But again, this isn't the right depth for a perfect cube. It's 2.5 centimeters long. So we got to change that. We got to change it to 3 centimeters. 3 cm. Perfect. Starting. And, oh, disappeared. Yep, there we go. So now we have a perfect 3 by 3 by 3 cm cube. So we just click this, and voila! We have ourselves a cube. Look at that. Isn't it pretty? That's nice. That's like one very, very simple shape. Now, if we click the front, the right side, we can see it's pretty much perfectly centered. I have it hovering just like a little bit above the origin for right now, which is fine. But yeah, like look at that. Isn't it like look perfectly quartered? It's 3 cm by 3 cm by 3 cm cube, which that's pretty sweet.
Yes, science!
Now that we're done designing, we can upload the file up to our printer. Just select our file and print. And while that's printing, I'm just gonna have a quick chat with my mentor. Okay, so this is my mentor. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Phil. I studied engineering physics out at UBC. After that, I worked in manufacturing in a company that manufactured paging switches. But then after a few years, most of the manufacturing went offshore, and I ended up in a different career.
Okay, so my first question is, what are some challenges associated with engineering?
Okay, so I think engineering is a field that requires a lot of iterations. You can design something, you can make it, it will come out, and you'll find out that there are, or it's not exactly what you intended it to be. You have to fine tune some changes. So it is something that you have to build, change, build, change, and until you get something that works well.
My second question is, what steps did it take to eventually become an engineer?
So to become an engineer, you would need to study in university in the field of applied science. You can just get a bachelor, and then you can work as an engineer. Depends what kind of engineering you want to go into. If you want to study more, you can do a master's or a PhD.
So what drew you into this career path?
So I went and studied engineering physics because I was good in math and in physics and in science. It came easily and naturally to me, so I continued on in university studying, and then eventually working in the field for a few years. Yeah.
And what advice can you give someone before they start an engineering project?
So when you start an engineering project, you have to allow time to run through many iterations. Don't expect to just design something and build it, and that's the end of it. It almost never works out that way. You have to build it, make some changes, build it again, and make some more changes, and keep going until it works well.
And finally, what would you tell someone who wants to pursue this career?
I would say if you want to pursue this career, then study lots of math and science and physics, and try out all the different fields of engineering. There is quite a large variety. You can manufacture bridges. You can work on genomes. You can write software. Yeah, it's a very, very wide field.
And with that, the cube is now finished. Look at that. Look at that cube. Oh yeah. Now, you might not think about it that much, but your hands are extremely complex. They consist of 27 bones, 27 joints, 34 muscles, and over 100 ligaments and tendons, as well as many blood vessels and nerves. Your wrist is comprised of 8 carpal bones. Now, attached to your wrist bones are 5 metacarpal bones that make up your palm. Now, attached to the end of these metacarpal bones is your MCP joint, which is more commonly known as your knuckle joint. Now, each finger houses 3 bones. These are known as the phalanges, and connecting each of the phalanges is 2 interphalangeal joints. These 2 interphalangeal joints are known as the dip joint and the pip joint. The dip joint being the one closest to your fingernails. The thumb, on the other hand, only has 2 phalanges, and only 1 phalangeal joint. Aside from bones, tendons are also extremely important. Tendons are the soft tissue that connect itself to the bones. Now, when muscles contract, tendons pull up the bone, causing the finger to move. Now, there are 2 kinds of tendons, the extensor tendons and the flexor tendons. The extensor tendons extend from the forearm through the wrist, whereas the flexor tendons, they are located on the palm side of your hand, and they help bend your fingers. In order to mimic the natural movement of the hand, I'm going to be 3D printing parts for the bones, and I'm going to be using either fishing wire or some kind of string in order to act as tendons. And so here is my final design that I cooked up with. And so right now I'm just going to start designing all of my components on Onshape.
She don't believe in shooting stars, but she believe in shoes and cars. Wood floors in the new apartment, couture from the store's departments. You more like love to start. I'm more of the trips to Florida, order the hors d'oeuvres, views of the water, straight from a page of your favorite author. And the weather's so breezy, man, why can't life always be this easy? She in the mirror dancing so sleazy. I get a call like, where are you, Yeezy? And try to hit you with the old wafty, till I got flashed by the paparazzi. These got me, I hate these more than a Nazi.
I know you love to show off, but I never thought that you would take it this far. What do I know?
Flashing lights, lights.
What do I know?
Flashing lights.
I know it's been a while, sweetheart, we hardly talk, I was doing my thing. I know I was fair, baby, hey, babe, lately you've been all on my brain. And if somebody would've told me a month ago, frontin' oh, yo, I wouldn't wanna know. If somebody would've told me a year ago, it'd go get this difficult. Feeling like Katrina with no FEMA, like Martin with no Gina. like a flight with no visa. First class with the seat back, I still see ya. In my past, you on the other side of the glass of my memories museum. I'm just saying, hey Mona Lisa, come home. You know you can't roam without Caesar.
I know you love to show off, but I never thought that you would take it this far. But what do I know?
Flash, light, light.
What do I know?
Flash, light, light.
As you recall, you know I love to show off, but you never thought that I would take it this far. What do you know?
Flash, light, light.
What do you know?
Flash,
No.
light, light. Flash, light, light. Flash, light,
Now, this is the finger, right? This is the first one. And as you can see, well, I mean, I did remove the axles, of course, which, you know, are these tiny little metal rods that you just slip into these holes here, so then it can rotate in place. But it does work. Right, so if... Just, maybe I should put those back in. Just... Okay, so I'm back. Put the axles back in. So this is in its neutral pose, right? And this is just temporary, right? Because I lost the other one. So the reason it's flipped is so the bottom part here, which is dragging it downwards, I want the when somebody's moving it, I want them to like move their hand like this in order to close, right? So when you move your hand like this, it's going to create tension up here. So if I pull up here, it's going to close. And if I open like this, right, move my hand like this to open, which would pull this string, right, the one down here, it will go up. Now, what I plan on doing is I plan on having spacers here, and maybe also some springs, so that once the tension is released, it goes back into a neutral position rather than just staying like this, because, you know, of course, you can't really, you know, put it back into neutral unless you, like, very gradually move it like that. But even then, that's very finicky, so I want to have springs, so then you actually have to apply force before you can move your finger. Now, of course, I want to have very small, very light springs, because, you know, the person who's moving this like prosthetic finger has to be strong enough to like actually like resist the potential energy of the spring. So it's got to be very light, very small spring that doesn't have very much tension force on it. Yeah, the strings get me mixed up. This one's down, this one's up. Just a lot. But
So I decided to use the springs from lead pencils and pens around my house. And after attaching the springs to the strings, as you can see, it works.
and I can control it a lot better, you see? And then
I pretty much just took the springs out and
you
put
see
them
how
on
it's,
the
like,
strings
still,
of the
like,
finger,
for the most part,
just so they
straight. It
can
doesn't
straighten
go
out the
like,
finger once
I pull
the
it all the
applied
way
force
over.
has been,
That's
you
still
know,
like really natural.
like removed,
kind
I
of.
guess.
Still very natural finger movement. I pull it all the way down. Right, that's very natural. It's not like, all the way over there. It's straight, for the most part. And I also notice with the springs attached, the finger is in like this like kind of crooked position, which is good because like if I have more segments to this, it can like fully close like an actual finger. Right now I only have like one joint, so you know what, this is pretty good. I'm gonna have more springs in the future version, but this is good.
Now, this was good progress. However, there were still a few problems with this first prototype. The first of which is that I only used one joint instead of two. So in the second prototype, I need to make the finger with two joints. And the second is that all of my components are still way too big. I need to make those much smaller and, pretty much just shrink them down. And the third thing that I noticed is that on the insides, like where the individual pieces were rotating, there was a bit of a rough patch. So I plan on increasing the space in between each piece just so it's a lot more flexible, a lot more fluent. It's not as clunky. Right? So I'm just going to design that second prototype now. And I'm pretty much just slightly altering the design of the first.
Get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why shouldn't it be true? I get a kick out of brew. There's only one beer left. Rappers screaming all in our ears like we're deaf. Tempt me, do a number on a label. Beat up all the MCs and drink them under the table like it's on me. Put it on my tab, kid, however you get there. Foot it, cab it, iron horse it. You leave it on your face, forfeit. Across the mic, hold it like the heat, he might toss it. Told her, tell him they stole it. He told her he lost it. She told him get off it and a bunch of other more. Getting money, DTs be getting no new leads. It's like eating watermelon, stay spitting new seeds. It's the weed, give me some of what he drooping off. As soon as he wake up, choking like it was whooping cough. They grouping soft. First hour at the open bar and they trooping off. He went to go laugh and get some head by the side road. She asked him autograph her derriere red to wide load. This yard bird tastes like fried toad, turd, love villain. Take pride in code words, crooked eye mode, nerd geek with a cold heart. Probably still be speaking in rhymes as an old fart. Study how to eat to die by the pizza guy. No, he's not too fly.
I have all our pieces. They've been printed out. We took off all the supports, so it's kind of messy right now. But right now I'm just gonna put everything together. Hopefully this works out.
Okay, so we have all of our pieces now, right? These two are going to be our plates that we're gonna have here and here. It's gonna pretty much lock in our wire, which is right here. It's gonna act as a tendon. Now, the pieces are going to pretty much rotate on these little axles here, and they're going to return back into their strain position with the springs that I have in here. Now, we have a little bit of a problem, a little bit of a misprint. If you can take a peek at that, there's no hole here, it's filled. So we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. We're gonna have to screw this. We're gonna have to drill through it. So let me go get a hand drill. We're back. So let's do the rest of the assembly.
Now that I finished assembling the finger, I had to find a way to mount it somehow. So I searched around my house and I found it. I found an old glove that I could use. Now that I have the glove, all I needed to do was cut a little slit for the finger to slip into and just pretty much glue the two pieces together. And also, those mounts that I talked about earlier, like the plates, I'm also going to glue those onto the glove as well. Okay, so I have the configuration onto my arm. This low-key took like 10 minutes, but right now I want to do some testing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a couple of objects, right? I'm going to go from bigger to smaller. So I want to pick up this bottle, right? So when I bend my hand back, it bends the finger back. And when I bend my hand forward, but it twists the finger inwards. So if I go in and curl, oh, I grabbed the bottle. That's pretty sweet. Now it does take a bit of technique, and because I don't have any missing fingers, this is kind of awkward to have on my hand, but this is pretty cool. Now another object. Let's go a little smaller this time. Let's go in with the claw. And let's open up. And okay. Okay, it's kind of hard.
You see, you can cut this portion out. And also, you probably should do it the other direction.
Yeah. Shit. But we're gonna go in. Grab. And grab. Come on. We've grabbed the ball. The ball has been grabbed. Light work. Light work. No reaction.
Easy. Easy! Now, let's try one more object. One more object. Let's grab something, you know, very familiar to holding. This. Oh. Okay. Let's hold it at a better angle. Maybe not that object. More thing. I grab a tissue paper. Yes. The answer is yes. Yes. Yes, you can. Show it again. Oh, yeah! That's pretty cool. But you know what's cooler? White monster. Okay. So there's still flaws in the design. That's fine. But yeah, overall, I would say for a second iteration, this is quite a success. It still has a long way to go, but I mean, obviously, it does what I said it would. It would twist the finger once I bend my arm, and it would open up when I bend my arm the other way. So I would consider that a success. So in conclusion, I would say that experiment was a success. You know, albeit there's still a lot of problems with the second prototype. You know, there's still a lot of struggle on like how it can bend the finger and how it can like grab onto stuff. I would still say it still grabbed onto some things with difficulty, so I'd say it is a success, but there's still room for improvement. Yeah, and that's my capstone. Also, thank you for watching.